Welcome to Learn Law Better. Are you trying to understand U.S. versus Carroll Towing? Are the facts in law confusing? Today I will provide you with the facts and rule of law. By the way, if you like this episode, don't forget to hit the share button below. Hi, this is Bo Byes, and today I want to talk to you about United States versus Carroll Towing, one of Judge Learned Hand's most famous tort opinions. Judge Learned Hand served on the Second Circuit Court of Appeals and is often called the greatest circuit court judge. The case starts off in the New York City harbor during World War II, with the Pennsylvania Railroad shipping in its railway cars flour owned by the United States government. When the railway cars arrived in New York City, the railroad rented the barge Anna C. from Connors Marine and moved the railway cars onto the barge in the harbor. As part of their rental agreement, Connors Marine promised to provide a sailor, or what the case calls a bargee, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. every day. Because of wartime conditions, barges were daisy-chained to each other from the pier, extending out into the harbor. The Anna C. was moored at Pier 52, along with 5 other barges, all lashed one right next to the other. Over at the next pier, called the Public Pier, 4 barges were secured in the same manner. The captain of the tug, Carroll, found these 2 rows of barges and needed one of the barges in the Public Pier next to the Anna C. But to get to his barge, he needed to remove a rope that connected the 2 rows of barges. So the captain of the tug sent 2 employees onto the barges to remove the rope. The case calls one of the employees a bargee and the other a deckhand. They untied the rope and got their barge, but they forgot to retie the rope once they were done. After a few minutes, the rope that secured the Anna C. broke from the pier and all 6 barges started to float away. It was about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. After drifting for a few minutes, the Anna C. crashed into the propeller of a nearby tanker, causing a hole that could not be seen from the outside of the ship because the hole was under the waterline. The captain of the tug rushed back and secured the Anna C. to the pier, but he was unaware of the hole. The Anna C. filled with water and it sank into the harbor, ruining all of the flour. It is clear that if Anna C.'s employee had been on board, he would have found the hole and kept the Anna C. from sinking. The issue in the case is whether Connors Marine breached its duty of care by failing to have an employee on board the Anna C. during working hours as required by its contract. Learned Hand used the following algebraic formula to explain breach of duty. B less than P times L. B is the burden of taking adequate precautions, P is the probability of harm, and L is the gravity of the harm. As applied to this case, the burden for Connors Marine was keeping an employee on the barge during working hours. Next, we look at the probability of harm, which in a busy wartime harbor with many barges being moved in and out is fairly high. Finally, we look at the gravity of harm. If a barge were to break loose, the harm would likely cause significant damage. Learned Hand held that Connors Marine, the barge owner, breached its duty of care and was therefore negligent for failing to have an employee on board the Anna C. when she sank. Stay tuned for next week's episode where I explain in detail how to use the Learned Hand formula on an exam and in the practice of law. If you would like to see more episodes that can help you succeed, hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to check out learnlawbetter.com, where you will find more resources to help you get ahead, including my blog, newsletter, and exam bank. Thanks for watching.